Now, I found this Quora question, but nobody answered it, which is sad. But the question's interesting.
These are sad. The unanswered Quoras. Let's pour one out, everyone at home, for all the unanswered Quoras out there. It's your final fucking, like, this is your last resort. You're going on Quora to try to figure out the answer to something, and you just never get it answered, and then you die. That's fucking sad.
What do you think about that, John? Maybe we can get an answer out of John, Chris.
Okay, I'll see if I can help this lonely person. Although they're probably dead by now. When did they write the question?
I mean, I didn't keep the date, but yeah, probably.
Yeah.
How are Jeopardy contestants able to know so much seemingly random minutia? Do they have minds that never forget? Do they speed read incessantly? Are they normal people in life or super performers at whatever they try? What is their personality like? Are they good at logic and reason? So
that's a lot of questions.
A lot of questions. That might be why you didn't get it answered, is you went a little too scattershot with the question there.
A dedicated Quora answerer logged in and then was like, okay, what makes Jeopardy contestants so good? They start to type, then they're like, no,
I've got a meeting this afternoon. I'm not going to be able to do this. I think that, I think, John, it's safe to say that you're gonna come from all walks of life. There's gonna be different types of people that are gonna be good at it. But I mean, you're probably gonna, if you're gonna be really good at it, you do have to have a mind that's a steel trap, definitely. And you have to be a nerd as well, and you have to be able to speed read, definitely. It's probably
the big thing, yeah.
Because you have to be able to gather all that information. And it's safe to say that probably is there maybe autistic people on some level might be better at the game, like certain type of autistic people might be better at the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Jeopardy does play host to a wide array of autists on their program. But I would say the big thing is well, a couple of the big things are obviously repetition. Jeopardy repeats a lot of questions, not specific phrasing of questions, but specific answers. And you also see a lot of categories appear commonly on Jeopardy. So people who are like specifically wanting to be good at Jeopardy will study like the presidents, opera, classical music, Shakespeare.
So people will say like, I want to be
good
at Jeopardy, and I want to be a champion, and I'm going to go out and try to study to become a Jeopardy champion.
So what a very common thing that people do to study for Jeopardy, and this is sort of a bit of a derisive term in the trivia community, but like they call them flashcard people. And so what a lot of people do to study for Jeopardy. So there's a website called the J Archive, and it has every question that's ever been asked on Jeopardy ever on it. And so how a lot of people study for Jeopardy is they will go through old Jeopardy boards, and they will like test themselves. They'll read like every clue, and if they don't know the answer, they'll make a flashcard of it. And then they will study those flashcards over and over. There's actually an app on your phone that you can use. And that's what a lot of people do, is they'll make the flashcards on their phone. And then a lot of Jeopardy champs that are good will say like, if I'm like waiting at the doctor's office, I'll just like go through my flashcards.
Oh, Jesus.
I see. So like, and can you imagine if you did that for you spent 5 years and then you just never got on Jeopardy?
That happens very often.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you've gained all the knowledge, but a lot of it is doesn't help you in life, but some of it would, I guess.
Some
like
of it would,
knowledge and stuff like that can be helpful, I suppose. And it probably, I don't know, I'm not like a scientist or a doctor, but it's probably good for your mind, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would think so. But yeah, it's like a lot of people. They say that over 100,000 people a year take the Jeopardy test, and there's approximately 400 new contestants a year. So yeah, like one of the greatest champions ever, James Holzhauer, famously talked about taking the test 13 times before he even got like an audition to be on the show. So yeah, there's tons of people who are very good at trivia, would probably be very good at Jeopardy.
Explain to me what that test is. Like, just as far as I'm learning stuff here about Jeopardy that I didn't know I even cared about.
Well, can I pop this question in real quick, since this is what we're talking about? Mucho Gusto asks, Jeopardy contestants and PED use. I'm someone who's a big fan of almost every sport. So to me, it's interesting that I never see this question brought up. Caveat, maybe I missed it. Do they screen all contestants who aren't prescribed Adderall for it? For some people, cannabis can help hyper focus. Do they test for weed? Has any contestant admitted to using modafinil while studying? So, John, do you think some of them might be on performance enhancing drugs?
Definitely they are. Definitely they are. But like, yeah, I just don't think that because these are things that are going to be prescribed for, for like if they're taking Adderall, they're probably getting it prescribed. So you can't really say like, hey, this is a thing that you need for your life and you can't take it if you're going to be doing this test.
Well, it's funny because none of those would help you with Jeopardy.
Oh, I mean, marijuana definitely could, man. I mean, come on. Are you telling me you take a big fucking bong rip and study? You're telling me you don't take all of that stuff in?
According to Claire McNear's book about Jeopardy, which I believe is called Answers in the Form of Questions, there's apparently, she didn't name them, but like a Jeopardy super champ, we call them, who is a big weed guy and was known to like smoke weed before the game. But yes, as far as like Adderall and stuff goes, so the way Jeopardy tapings work is they tape an entire week's worth of episodes in one day. So they tape 5 episodes in a day. And so if you're the returning champion on Jeopardy, you have to do 5 in a day. So for sure, there are people who are using, caffeine, Adderall, maybe Coke. But yeah, they definitely don't test you for PEDs. And then, Chris, to answer your question quickly about getting on the show, it used to be that there was a set test date every year. Now you can take the test anytime, but you can only take it once a year. And it's 50 questions in 50 categories. And the rumor is that if you get 35 out of 50 correct, you're in the lottery to be chosen for an audition.
Gotcha.
And then they, at the audition, they give you the test again to make sure that you didn't cheat.
Oh, okay, so I was going to say that's going to be my question because I was considering cheating.
Yeah,
when you were telling me this stuff, I was considering cheating to get on Jeopardy and then just bombing it, getting negative, answering. Now, has anybody ever done? Sorry, Brian, I'm so interested in Jeopardy.
I'm sorry, we're just hijacking this show.